Many people saw Brightline as the future of travel in America, fast, modern, and better for the environment. But now the project is facing major troubles, and things are no longer going off track. For residents who looked forward to ditching long drives and traffic jams, it feels like a major letdown. Let's find out what exactly happened with Brightline and how to fix it in today's episode of Great Trainspeed. Money's been a big headache for Brightline. Since it's a private company, it doesn't run like your typical public transit system. But that hasn't stopped South Florida from putting a lot of taxpayer money into it, hoping it would help fix traffic and give people a better way to get around. So, what is the real problem? In the past few years, Brightline's costs have been piling up faster than its earnings, and credit agencies have taken notice. Its bonds have been downgraded, which basically means Wallstreet is getting nervous about whether the company can stay financially healthy. Brightline says one of its partners is trying to raise more money to pay down debt and calm the nerves, but it's still a tough spot. At the same time, Miami-Dade County is working on a plan to run local commuter trains on Brightline's tracks, which could really help people ditch their cars for daily commutes. But with all the financial uncertainty, folks are starting to ask some tough questions. Can this deal actually hold up? And if it doesn't, how much could it end up costing the public? Miami-Dade County is betting big on a long-term partnership with Brightline to eventually run commuter trains on Brightline's existing tracks, giving people a faster, more reliable option for getting to work without sitting in bumper-to-bumper traffic every day. One early step in that plan was the construction of Brightline's Aventura station, a project backed with public funds as a move toward building a larger commuter rail network. Even though ridership is growing, Brightline's financial picture has gotten shaky. In 2024, the company reported a loss of around $549 million, despite more than doubling its revenue compared to 2023. That might sound surprising, but a closer look at the numbers shows just how serious the gap is. Last year, Brightline spent $341 million to run and maintain its trains and stations, but it only brought in about $188 million from ticket sales and other income. That left a deficit of over $150 million, and that's not counting the $218 million Brightline paid in May 2024 just to refinance its debt. Right now, most of Brightline's passengers in Florida aren't daily commuters. They're long-distance travelers going between cities like Miami and Orlando. The system was built for intercity travel, not necessarily for the day-to-day grind of getting to work. And when you look at the numbers, it's easy to see why. A monthly commuter pass currently runs about $500 for 40 rides. On top of that, parking fees add another $16 to $18 a day at some stations. That's a steep price for anyone trying to use Brightline as a daily option, especially when there are cheaper alternatives available. Some riders are happy to pay for the comfort and convenience. Brightline trains are fast, clean, and come with perks like Wi-Fi and spacious seating. But others aren't convinced it's worth the cost. As one rider put it, "Wouldn't Tri-Rail be cheaper?" There's also growing public skepticism about the system's long-term value unless it expands. People have pointed out that unless Brightline stretches further, like south to Key West or west to Tampa and St. Pete, it may struggle to justify its price tag for everyday use. Right now, it's a premium experience, but not a practical one for most commuters. So if Brightline isn't the answer for everyone, what could take its place? Stick around, because in the next part, we're diving into what we found. But before we jump in, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you never miss the latest updates on trains, transit, and everything in between. And we come to Tri-Rail, a commuter rail system serving the same region as Brightline. When it comes to cost and comfort, Tri-Rail and Brightline offer very different experiences. Tri-Rail is definitely the budget-friendly option, but it comes with trade-offs: longer travel times, a rougher ride, and fewer onboard amenities. Think of it as the basic version of commuter rail. On the other hand, Brightline is faster, smoother, and more comfortable, but it comes at a much higher price. Let's look at the numbers. A one-way trip on Tri-Rail from West Palm Beach to Miami costs just $8.75. That same ride on Brightline starts at $29 in the early morning and can climb to $54 during peak hours, like 5 p.m. Coming back the same day? That's a round-trip cost of $17.50 on Tri-Rail compared to up to $83 on Brightline. The price gap doesn't end there. Tri-Rail riders between Boca Raton and Miami pay about $12.50 round trip. And for those commuting regularly, Tri-Rail offers a $110 monthly pass for unlimited rides. Brightline doesn't offer unlimited monthly passes. Instead, it sells a ride pack, $500 for 40 rides. That may work for some, but for someone commuting daily, say 20 round trips a month between West Palm Beach and Miami, it could cost as much as $1,600. Brightline runs trains between West Palm Beach and Miami Central just about every hour of the day from the 5 a.m. hour to the 11 p.m. hour. Tri-Rail's 95-minute trip is 15 to 20 minutes longer than Brightline's early morning trains to Miami and afternoon rush hour trains back to West Palm Beach. Tri-Rail's West Palm Beach station is an open-air facility featuring metal benches and basic amenities, including vending machines stocked with snacks like Twix, Snickers, Skittles, and honey buns priced at $1 to $2. A small restaurant, Pizza Grill, offers fresh pizza slices but operates only on weekdays from 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., making it inaccessible for early morning commuters. The station is shared with Amtrak and Greyhound services, enhancing its connectivity. Tri-Rail passengers can purchase passes through ticket machines accepting cash or credit, the Tri-Rail app, or by using Easy Cards, which can be loaded with funds for use on both Tri-Rail and Miami-Dade County public transit. In contrast, Brightline stations are indoor, air-conditioned, and equipped with security measures requiring bags to pass through metal detectors. Brightline offers more upscale amenities, with bars and restaurants where a meal and drink cost at least $10. Ticketing for Brightline requires personal details like name and date of birth, with the easiest purchase options being the Brightline app or gobrightline.com, though tablets at stations are also available for buying tickets. Tri-Rail's inaugural express train, traveling near its maximum speed of 79 miles per hour, experienced a bumpy ride with seats shaking as if passing over small speed humps, though it never felt unsafe. Passengers on the west side saw Interstate 95 traffic moving slower than the train, with views mostly of I-95 and industrial buildings, except for an elevated section between Broward Boulevard and Fort Lauderdale airport stations, offering a scenic view of boats at yacht dealerships. In contrast, Brightline's ride at the same top speed was smooth, running along Dixie Highway, or US 1, allowing passengers to see vibrant downtowns of cities like Delray Beach, Lake Worth Beach, and Boynton Beach. Brightline offers a more luxurious experience compared to Tri-Rail's express train, with amenities resembling an airplane, but with greater legroom. Both provide comfortable, cushioned seats and clean bathrooms, but Brightline's seats offer more space, allowing a 6-foot passenger to stretch comfortably, compared to Tri-Rail's 6 inches of knee room. Brightline seats include fold-down mini desks, cup holders, foldable armrests, and headrest wings for better sleep comfort, while Tri-Rail seats are narrower with only cup holders. Brightline has overhead storage shelves, unlike Tri-Rail, though both have dedicated luggage and bicycle spaces. Onboard, Brightline sells bottled water, snacks, 4 to 6, and sandwiches, over $10, while Tri-Rail offers free water fountains, sometimes dry, and no refreshments. Brightline provides electric outlets and USB ports at every seat and consistent Wi-Fi, while Tri-Rail has limited outlets, 1 per 4 or 5 rows, and inconsistent Wi-Fi. Brightline's bathrooms feature button-operated doors and sensor-flush toilets, while Tri-Rails have manual handles and button-flush toilets. All in all, Brightline is a great pick if you're all about speed and comfort, and you're okay with paying a bit more to skip the traffic and get there quicker. But if you're not in a rush and prefer to save some serious cash, then Tri-Rail does the job just fine. So what about you? Which train would you ride? Drop a 1 if you're Team Brightline, fast, sleek, and smooth, or hit 2 if you're rolling with Tri-Rail, affordable and reliable. Let's see where everyone stands. Even with all the bumps along the way, Brightline is still pushing forward, trying to prove it really can be the future of rail travel in America. It's not perfect, but the effort to build something better is still on track. To deal with its growing debt, Brightline is leaning on one of its affiliate companies to help raise more money. A move meant to calm Wall Street nerves after its bonds were downgraded over earnings concerns. On the bright side, they did land a $33.8 million grant from the Federal Railroad Administration to help roll out a new commuter pass system. That could help bring down day-to-day costs and improve the service overall. They're also trying to get more people on board, literally, by expanding capacity. That means adding more passenger cars to their smart and premium classes and running longer, 7-car trains. More seats could mean more revenue if the ridership keeps growing. But even with those improvements, safety remains a major concern. Brightline has seen multiple accidents, including collisions with cars and pedestrians at crossings. To tackle the issue, they've been testing new tech, like red light cameras and intrusion detection systems, to catch risky behavior early. In 2022, they put $450,000 into research and development, and another $5.4 million went into upgrading 48 crossings, funded with help from federal and local partners. They also secured a $25 million federal grant to build better fencing and safer crossing points. And they're not doing it alone. Brightline has teamed up with local law enforcement too, handing out over 2,000 citations during National Rail Safety Week, all part of an effort to raise awareness and help keep people safe around the tracks. That's it for today's video. Thanks for watching. We hope you had as much fun as we did creating it. Catch you in the next one. Stay safe.